Out of first. Now, also to mention, Cox is E1, which is third in my catalog fund. They hired a lawyer named Keith Burgley, paying my money every month to make sure I won't get a default judgment. I got the default judgment, and Cox the one ended up with my shit. They didn't want to end up back to Interscope. Now, for Snoop to say him and Michael Harris are doing something together as a team, that tells you a lot of, I'm disappointed in that motherfucker because if it wasn't for me, you'd still be in prison doing life. You turn around, and you say you're partners up with this dude, neither one of y'all got death row, or bought death row, or purchased death row. Now, it's but.
So what you mean when you say, that he'd still be in prison?
Because when Snoop got convicted for the murder.
Snoop Doggy Dogg. A judge in Los Angeles refused today to drop murder charges against him.
We, the jury in the Brothers Battle action, find the defendant, Calvin Brothers, not guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
We had one song on him. We did a video shoot in Long Beach. For whatever the reason was, when I pulled up, they was in there beating up Snoop bodyguard. This guy named Big jumping on him and Snoop. I go in and get on the dude, choking him out and get him off on the whole nine. Then another guy from the neighborhood. So when that took place, they said, "You got to stand it up. You can't be no punk." They pull up their apartment. There's four guys in the car. It's Snoop. There's Lil Style. There's Malik. I think it was Shine Dog. Yeah, it was. Got over gang signs to them. They start chasing them in a Jeep like that. They shoot. And the guy got shot in his ass, ricocheted up and killed, right? So now they got a warrant for liquor for him. Naturally, who was the first person they called, who didn't say, "Oh, I don't want to get involved with that," but that's murder after the fact. The motherfucker dove in and took care of business. So they got David Kenner, Don Ray, and Charlie Cochran to represent all these guys. I got in my hotel room, and they was all in the room.
Now, here's the situation. My Patreons. As you listen to Suge break this down, this is probably one of the most accurate stories he told about Snoop Dogg. And Snoop ungratefulness. Because Snoop really pulled a move out of pure, young, not knowing the business, and jealousy. Remember, I told you Snoop was jealous of Pac. Jealous. And the reason that nobody really knew, except for me, and saying he wasn't jealous of Tupac, yes, he was. He was jealous at the fact Tupac was able to get publishing and have his own record label, and Snoop didn't. I built this. That's what he was saying. He built Death Row, not Tupac. How you get after Tupac and you ain't get after me? And I built this. All right. I used to say Doggy Style Records. It never existed. I used to just say it. But it wasn't a real label because I didn't own the publishing. I didn't even know how to structure doing all that. But Pac could get his, and I can't. And I built this. Jealousy. So, all of that was the inner jealousy between the relationship of Suge and Pac when he felt like they were forgetting about him. But he had to play his position because Snoop finished the trial. Snoop, they paid for his trial. They put up over $4 million for the trial. Death Row did. Now, Suge Knight is saying he paid for the trial, right? And he put up all this money for the trial. Let me tell you something. Suge, bless his heart, that, he do stand up and do some things. But Suge is like, if he do something for you, there's always something behind it. There's something behind the door that you don't see. There's some way you're going to have to repay that debt that you might not like. They're going to call on you for something. then you gonna need that favor to get out. Now, when you look at reality and you look at all of these things that they have in totality with success and victory and just coming up in the game, in the business, what Snoop was young and they was reckless back then. So they didn't understand anything. Now, what they did was bail Snoop out, meaning Interscope Records. Interscope Records paid for those lawyers, not Suge Knight. That money did not come out of Suge Knight. Those record companies paid to make sure Snoop was out. Because Snoop did the award show with Johnny Gill and Dr. Dre. They were going to arrest Snoop on the stage and not let him perform. Snoop came out there and did his single, What's My Name? They did G-Thing. And the place was electric. And Interscope saw that, and this is the most sought after debut album probably in rap history. People were waiting for the new Snoop album. They had to get the album out ASAP. So they know Snoop Dogg can't go to jail. We ain't got no songs on him. Now, had he recorded the album and went to jail, maybe they would have released the album and Snoop was locked up. But then they really are tarnishing a brand that they know that's going to make hundreds of millions of dollars. You don't throw that in jail. So even though Suge is making it look like I saved Dogg them life, I put up $4 million. You put up $4 million because he was the hottest thing on the streets. The Chronic album was all about Snoop. So let's not get crazy and forget what we really talking about here. Because we ain't talking about just some average run-of-the-mill situation. Oh no, this is the real spill. So that incident they got in when the guy got shot and the whole situation went down. Everything Suge was telling was the truth, but it's all slanted to his point of view to where he's the good guy in the situation. Let's listen to some more.
When me and Bunchy walked into the room, they was all crying. So why everybody so sad with watery eyes? They said, he getting life, we can't beat this case. I said, why? The lawyer said, well, the bodyguard has a 9mm, so we can't say he protected Snoop and shot the guy. Snoop had a .380. I said, that's not a problem. I said, we'll be fucked if the bodyguard had a .380 and Snoop had a 9mm and he got shot with a .380, right? He got shot with a 9mm. I said, the bodyguard had a .380 and Snoop had a 9mm and the guy got shot with a 9mm, we fucked. But since Snoop had the .380 and the bodyguard had a 9 and he got shot with a .380, that's all the bodyguard got to say is he was using .380 bullets in his 9mm. They said, man, you're a genius. You should be a lawyer. So I got Johnny Compton to represent somebody. I got David Kennedy to represent somebody. I got Don Ray to represent somebody.
Now, here's the situation. Since all of them were on this trial, Snoop Dogg was going to have to face, judgment for this. Because a lot of people saying Snoop shot the dude. Now, this has been a rumor for years, but the bodyguard and all this stuff basically was taking the fall saying he did it or whatever. This situation, and Snoop was going to go to jail behind this because even though dude got shot in the butt, They tried to say dude was coming to kill them and the gun was raising. This story has changed so many different ways. But one thing we know for certain, that's who got him out. Now, Snoop Dogg puts out Doggy Style. It sells about 5 million records easy. You know, the album sells like 5 million records. Doggy Style is a hit. Right now, it's probably diamond. But Doggy Style was a hit. It was very well liked amongst everybody, and they were right. Even though they messed up the launch, the release date, the rollout was terrible. They still were able to recoup because if you had the cassette looked like a bootleg cassette. There was no words on it damn near, and it looked like damn, like is this the real one or did I get screwed over? But it was the real one. So if you had a CD, a lot of people didn't have CD players back then, so they bought the cassettes. So the cassettes were out, but they didn't have the CDs arrive yet. Now, it was supposed to have been a song on there called The Next Episode, which didn't make the album, but it was in the titles, but it never made the album. So they had a lot of songs that got cleared that shouldn't have been on the album. So if you had it, you had the G's up, hoes down. And if you didn't have the G's up, hoes down, then you got hosed. You know, like you didn't have the right one. And now when you streaming, you can't even play G's up, hoes down on the stream because on YouTube you can hear it because it's not on the album. The sample wasn't clear, so they had to remove it. It's just like Braveheart's Party with Nas and you know, the Bravehearts. It was really the Bravehearts and Mary J. Blige. Because of the Jay-Z beef, Mary sided with Jay-Z in the whole situation, so she wanted to take it off, and they took it off. Now, if you look at the situation in totality, you start to say to yourself, well, damn, if they're going to do that, then if they're going to continuously do that, then what am I doing here? It's got to be something I'm doing wrong. No, it's nothing you're doing wrong. It's just that they're doing something that is what you would call not usual. So when you're doing something that is considered to be unusual or not the norm, people are always going to hate on it. So when Suge was saying that, that's the way he looks at it. Like, oh, you going to go with these dudes against me? When I helped you get out of jail, I put these situations in there for you. I stood up for you, dog, and all that, and backed your project, everything. But then you want to leave Death Row because it didn't pop. Your Dogfather album didn't pop. Suge was locked up, and the release was out, and it was crazy. See, a lot of stuff y'all don't even know about that we're going to discuss later. That Dogfather situation was a terrible album. The launch was messed up, and it flopped. A Snoop album ain't supposed to sell just 2 million records. That was considered a flop. From what they put into the album, that's a flop. So he knew this thing was done. And without Dre, Dre and Snoop was a commodity. You know what I'm saying? One coexisting without the other wasn't really the norm. That wasn't going to ride, so it was like, man, Snoop was Joe Cool and all that. He needed to revamp himself. So the Master P deal ended up, he wanted to shake the spot and leave Death Row. So he ain't just leave and go over there with them to Master P. He was just not around, not recording. You know, and Suge wasn't around. If Suge was out, he wouldn't have did all that. Dogg would have fell in line. But Master P showed him a way out, where he can eat on his own. And if you look at it, not a lot of people that was around Suge were people that could eat on their own. He wants you to be able to, you know, keep the food coming in, keep the money coming in, and he'll feed you. But he ain't gonna teach you how to eat. Because he needs you to keep going. Go get me some more. Go get me some more talent. But yeah, it was a lot of things that was told that was inaccurate. But I got what he was saying, but it was completely inaccurate. Now, let's talk about the Dr. Dre and the gun situation. Now, there was a situation where Dre had beat this woman up that had used to be his ex-wife or whatever, or his first baby mom. She was pregnant. She came out and was like, Dre's finna do all this. So what happened was, Suge had to protect Dre. That was his main asset. So there's always a rhyme to the reason. It wasn't like he one of my homies. I gotta look out for him. No, I ain't got it all. This was a situation where you had to protect Dr. Dre from Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, when he drink, he become a monster. Him and DOC both were crazy with drinking. Both was nuts. They get drunk together. That's why they were so cool. They were a bunch of alcoholics. And when they get drunk, they become other people. Dr. Dre smacked up a person that he wasn't supposed to smack up. And that dude was connected to somebody. Now, he figuring, oh man, listen, we gonna get Suge. DOC roughed the dude up. Suge didn't. Suge came down there and DOC roughed him up in the club. And Suge was good in that club. But then he's like, no, you barred, bro. I gotta bar you, Suge. You can't come in here. Because now you done brought dude in here. He done put hands on somebody. Now I gotta make that right. So you know what? That's gonna take a bag. So Suge had to pay a bag under the table, but it was really DOC. Dre started it. Doc is the one that really went crazy. So Doc was hanging out with Suge while Dre would go and work in the studio all night. Doc is hitting the streets with Suge, and they just going there fighting people in clubs. They messing with people, girlfriends. Suge just sitting back really watching it. He wasn't really getting involved. Now, if somebody get crazy, then come his way, then he'll jump in and throw a kick, a punch, and choke somebody out. That was his thing. He loved choking somebody out. Now, his thing is, like he told DLC, look, Doc, I'm having fun. I hang out with you, man. You drink, man. You fun as hell. And I know you ain't no bitch. But we gotta stop this shit. Because we gonna kill somebody. And we gonna fuck up. I know I ain't gonna fuck up. Because I ain't gonna get to that level. I'm watching you, man. You way off the rails. And if this shit go left, you know, I'm gonna fight with you. Well, what's gonna happen to you gonna happen to me. I'm gonna fight with you. Because I fights. That's what I do. But I'm gonna tell you, we got too much motherfucking shit at stake. So let them have this round. But if we see them motherfuckers again on another day when we ain't got no shit going on and they want to still pop shit, we gonna give them what they want. We gonna give them the funk. So now that that's been laid out and everybody know what it is, it's like, okay, he laid that out. Everybody know what it is. That should be the end of it, right? No. No. Not the end. Dr. Dre beats up his baby mom's with something when she pregnant or whatever. He's still kicking her ass. So she was asking him for something. I think her name Lisa Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. Dre put a foot in her ass. And this time, her boyfriend came over there because she was dating a whole nother nigga at the time. And she said Dre had beat her one time. She was pregnant. So Dre was like, man, yeah, it's motherfucker, man. He talking about he finna come over here and fuck me up. Man, I'ma shoot that nigga. So, right away, problem, right? Dude shows up. He's by the house or whatever, and some shit go down, and I think Dre broke the dude's jaw. And Dre ended up going to get probation behind that. Dude was pressing charges. He didn't want no money from Suge. He didn't want shit. He was going to press charges. So Dre got fucked up behind that. And they caught the dude, then they beat the dude fucking senseless. And they was like, we can't do that. Like somebody else had beat him up. And he was like, man, that's just a random act. Fans gonna, be mad. You sue Dr. Dre. So Suge had to cover that shit up. So he was like, shit, I didn't even ask for that, which he didn't. He said send a message like intimidation to let the motherfucker know he ain't safe. But he ain't tell nobody to fuck the motherfucker up. They fucked the motherfucker up. Now the motherfucker already said he had a broken jaw and was suing Dre. These motherfuckers really was whooping on his ass. So they called the cops again and they identified one of these motherfuckers. So that motherfucker had to go bend that corner and take that little time and just said he was a fan of Dr. Dre and he was mad that this guy was suing him. So, of course, he didn't give up Suge, he didn't give up Dre, he didn't give up nobody. He just said, I was a fan. So he paid a fine and he did 90 days in jail. Now, on top of that broke jaw, dude got a whole looked like a damn raccoon when they got through whooping on his ass. Suge, allegedly, Suge said, nigga, next time, because I ain't tell y'all to do that shit. I told y'all motherfuckers to go over there and make sure you got the message, not whoop his motherfucking ass. Because that shit come back. Now you see all them facial scars and shit? Now you walk into a police station looking like that, they gonna say, damn, he got his ass whooped. So if you're gonna ever do that shit, hit him in the fucking body. Hit him in the motherfucking body. Or choke his motherfucking ass out. So that was the answer, So that's the shit he can't talk about. He can't talk about shit like that. And you know why? He is in prison. So, all right, that's part one. When we come back next time, we're going to do the Joel situation because he had that shit a little wrong. But anyway, it's your boy Carcino. All right, Patreons. Peace.